Brian Burns is still not signed to a long-term extension.
Oh, there is that.
Brian Burns, defensive end, edge rusher for the Carolina Panthers, still riding the roller coaster. It's like, do you remember back in the day that it's 10 o'clock? Do you know where your kids are? It's like,
yeah.
It's 3 o'clock on Wednesday before the season starts on Sunday. Do you know if your Brian Burns is signed or not?
Do you know where your best player is?
Seriously, where is he?
Well, he is in the building. At least there's that.
The roller coaster gist of news today. He walked through the locker room. Reporter goes up to talk to him. He shakes his head no. Keeps walking. Eventually, there's footage. There's video of him riding a golf cart out to practice, fully padded up. He's in his shoulder pad, like he's all the way looking like he's ready to practice. Then there's a picture of him just watching the team stretch. He's not even standing on the sideline. He's standing like 5 yards from him, just watching the team stretch fully in practice, like I don't know, the JV kid waiting for the varsity practice to get over, but he wants to be involved.
Yeah.
Only he's significantly bigger than just about everybody else on the varsity. Then all of a sudden there's footage of him going over bags. He's doing like a footwork drill. He's doing a drill. I'm going, is this guy practicing or is he not? Is he upset with the team or is he all in? What is going on?
I don't think he knows either.
A little soap opera-like.
Oh, yes.
Right? It's a little. Can I have some soap opera music? Do we have some?
I'll get you.
Oh, thank you. It's a little bit of that moment where it's. Were you cheating on me? Only because I thought it was your twin. I thought it was you, but it was your twin brother in Shady Acres, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was Theo, but it was Todd, right? Whatever the soap operas are. So I actually went through all the soap opera names. And I thought if the Panthers were the subject of a soap opera, would it be As the World Turns or would it be As the World Burns?
Ah, yes.
Would it be The Young and the Restless or... No, that actually fits. It's the Young and the Restless.
Yeah,
Bryce Young and the Restless. That one doesn't need any changing. I thought that was almost too convenient. All My Children or All My Feeling? The Bold and the Beautiful, The Burns and the Beautiful. How about this one? Guiding Light. Are you a soap opera fan, by the way?
No.
You ever got into your stories?
No, never got into my midday stories.
Neither have I.
I was watching American Gladiators.
Price is Right.
Oh, yeah.
R.I.P. Bob Barker.
R.I.P.
Guiding Light, though I'm told, is very famous.
Mm-hmm.
Guiding Reich.
Guiding Reich.
One Life to Live, One Bryce to Live. Or the last of the 7 top-rated soap operas on television right now, General Hospital. That there's no need to change that one. That's just the wide receiver room.
Very true.
It's just where DJ Chark and LaVisca Chenault, they just hang out there. My point is, the Brian Burns situation is getting into soap opera status, where every day it's like an artificial twist. It's like directed by M. Night Shyamalan. So let's cut the music and let's hear some actual news. Here's Frank Reich on Brian Burns doing work off the field with the team, even if he's not doing it on the field. Or let's just enjoy the music a little bit.
He's in there lifting weights. He's in meetings. He's not been a distraction. You know, he's missed a couple practices. You know, he's missed a couple practices. So he's been a complete pro.
He's missed a couple practices. He's been a complete pro. Very, very interesting there. So complete pro that Frank Reich actually had to address the Burns situation with the team. So let's jump to that sound clip here. Dennis, this is Frank Reich on how he addressed the Brian Burns situation with the rest of the Panthers.
If a player gets injured, you know, I mean, what happens if a guy pulled this week? You know, there's a player perspective that we all have to respect and understand that the player has to do what he has to do to get what he needs to try to get. We also, and that's important, and I understand that we love and respect Brian for that. I also understand that there's a business side over here, and you know the business side says that players on the contract, he's expected to play. I'm just the head coach. I'm just trying to get ready for Atlanta, right? So we're all eyes are focused on Atlanta. What we talked about, you know, we addressed it as a team, you know. So we, you know, hey, this is what it is. We trust that the process will work itself out. We're focused on getting ready for the Atlanta Falcons.
Could the Panthers possibly be actually thinking of playing their first game without Brian Burns? Is that what he's saying there? We're preparing for the Atlanta Falcons? Could they actually think it might be within the realm of possibilities that they're going to allow their season to begin without their best player? Really? Really? Now, I understand the number one thing about this season is making sure Bryce Young looks like a franchise quarterback, and you could be like, well, the urgency isn't there because we're not really competing for a Super Bowl, and Brian Burns and Bryce Young aren't even on the field at the same time, so it's not going to negatively affect the number one. Look, there's the direct impacts, things like when the defense is better, you're in more games, you hold the opposing team to less points, and thus your offense can run the ball in the second half. And you don't have to put undue pressure or unnecessary weight on the shoulders of Bryce Young. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a tangible way that Brian Burns makes Bryce Young's development easier.
More time of possession for Panthers as well.
Exactly. Just more possessions.
Yeah, more plays.
Just pure more reps out there. More. If you go 3 and out, you get the ball back on a 3 and out. It feels like it's almost the same possession. You're still building off of it.
Yeah.
That's direct. The indirect way is, like, you want good vibes. You want momentum. You want it to feel like Bryce Young showed up and the team is good. You want good vibes if you can. You want to build momentum if you can. You want to win if you can. Right? What do we talk about? The quarterback gets credit and blame for everything. Joe Burrow gets credit for turning around the Bengals because Jamar Chase is good. Right? He'll throw up a 50-50 jump ball. Jamar Chase will jump over 9 people, catch it, go between the legs, and dunk it over the goalpost, all in one play. And then everyone goes, did you see Joe Burrow turn around the Bengals? You want Bryce Young getting the credit for Brian Burns playing really well. Right? Think about it like let's take it to college. We all watched Monday night Duke beat Clemson, right? Clemson's wide receivers, who are all 4 stars and super recruits, could not shake the secondary of Duke all night.
Nope.
After the game, what did everybody say? Great game, Riley Leonard.
Yeah.
Right? But Riley Leonard is the darling of everything. He's on the post-game interviews. Even he had to say, God is good and so is our defense. But they were talking to Riley Leonard about it. If you want a turnaround for the Panthers, if you want that, like, oh, Bryce Young showed up and everything changed, you need Brian Burns.
He's your best player.
He's your best player.
Yeah.
Including Bryce Young at the moment.
At the moment.
You hope that's not the way forever, but at the moment, Brian Burns is your best player, full stop. Full stop. And you want your quarterback going out there without the best player on his team? What is it going to take? An extra $3-4 million a year? You have your quarterback on a rookie contract. Now is the time to pay. We're going to talk about the similarities with Bosa a little bit later on, but they have a quarterback on a rookie contract, and they can't find a way to pay their best player.
No.
The only difference is their roster is still probably good enough to win for a while. The Panthers need Brian Burns. Desperately need Brian Burns.